Fish in a barrel.
How's it going, guys? I have a few things that I need to send out today to buyers, and I just kind of wanted to go over them with you, and if you stick to the end of the video, I'll give a calculation of how much was made. So to start, I have two plushes that were bought, and the first one is this Douglas Spat Dachshund, and I know in one of my videos I kind of talked about how to look for things, but as far as plushes go, I kind of categorize them in two ways. There's the unique ones, right? Something like this. And there's I like to call them crane game plushes. And what I mean by that are just like cheap looking plushes or things that you would typically see in a crane game. That might not be too helpful, but that's kind of the way I think about it. If you see something unique, like, you know, a good looking dog like this, I'll at least look into it. It's worth, you know, just looking into. And this one I bought for $1 and ended up selling for $24.50 free shipping. So not so bad. The next one is right here. It's from the anime Ruby. I believe her name is Yang Zhao. And this I bought for $1 and sold for $25. So plushes, really, you can make a lot of good money on it. You're not putting that much investment in, and you can get a lot out of them. You know, I think anyone would be able to tell that this kind of looks unique. So you don't necessarily have to have an eye for it, as long as you can just say, hey, you know, this looks interesting, then look into it. And one good thing, let's say you can't identify the character, is just use Google Lens. You can use the app, just take a picture of it, and it will kind of give you what it is typically. So those are the two plushes. The next thing, this is kind of interesting, is this yellow zipline thing. So it kind of looks weird, right? And it's kind of a funny story. So my community has a garbage day. And basically what it is a day where people can just throw out large amounts of items, furniture and stuff like that. So on this day, there's a lot of things on the side of the road. And I was driving and happened to see a Paw Patrol watchtower thing. It was really big. And I noticed Paw Patrol, so I just kind of grabbed it and ended up looking it up, and it was probably worth around like $70, but it was just so big and honestly not worth the hassle of taking it completely apart to ship. But I did notice online when I was looking it up that this thing, it's an attachment to it, this little zip line, was selling for like $20. So I kind of just ripped this off, and literally the same day that I listed it, I sold it for $20. So this was free, and I sold it for $20. The next thing is this painting right here. This is a Bernard Dugan painting. I don't really think that's, you know, a very famous artist, but it was on eBay. I was able to identify it through the signature right there. And honestly, I just think it's a really nice painting. I bought two for $4 each. I actually kept one. One's in my bedroom because I really liked it. And this, like I said, I bought for $4 and sold for $40. So if you see paintings, especially if they have signatures, they're pretty easy to kind of look into and see if they're worth buying. And even if you can't identify the artist, if it's a nice painting, someone will probably buy it. So, yeah. And the last one, which was the most lucrative, is this right here. It's a vintage Tonka spread pack trailer. I saw this on Facebook Marketplace. A guy had a bunch of vintage Tonka and John Deere toys, and I think he had the total for like $500 something. And this is really the only one that caught my eye when I was researching them. It seemed like this one goes for between $150 to $225. As you can see, it's pretty beat up. There's some rust and things like that, but it didn't seem like that really mattered when I was looking at the sold listings. So I sent the guy an offer, and I said, hey, like, will you just sell this to me for $75? And he said, sure. So I bought it, and it finally sold for $200. I was pretty happy about it. This was a pretty good flip, but this just gives you an idea of all the different things you can look for. You know, I got into Tonka after I went to a estate sale and bought something, and it did pretty well for me, and now I kind of have my eye out for these kind of things. Like I said with the plushes, if you just look for unique things, it's pretty good. I usually don't like to spend this much money, but I was pretty certain that I was going to get my money's back and more, so I was pretty happy with it. So in just a minute, I will calculate all this and let you know how we did. Thanks. So I just finished packaging and calculating everything, and here's the final value. Got our cost, shipping, gross, and net for a total profit of $178.02. I'm really happy with today. It was a really good day of sales. With just 5 items, we have some pretty good margins. So there you have it. Those are the things that I'm sending out today. I was very happy with all of it. For those of you who are flipping, let me know how you guys are doing. Are you guys going through a pretty good period? Are you going through a slow period? I'd love to know. And as always, just thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please consider liking and subscribing. And as I always say, I will catch you guys on the flippity flop.